Well, George, looking at the momentum, where do you see, I guess, which races are Republicans the strongest? Where are they running the strongest, do you think? Where do Democrats have to worry?
I would say AG. And
Dan Donovan on the Republican side.
Yes. You know, and the front runners there are Kathleen White and
Rice
and Schneiderman. They are the two front runners right now, but it doesn't mean that Sean Coffey, if he uses $6 million, can't get into the race somehow. And also Harry Wilson, you know, against
DiNapoli.
Right.
I totally agree with George. I think that those are two areas Democrats definitely have to be concerned about. I think that, you know, Republicans could certainly have an argument in the AG's race. I think that that's going to be really a burden on the Democrats to be able to demonstrate the same thing as before in other races.
I agree with that, and I agree with both of you, except for the fact of the matter is that in order for Danny and Harry to do well, Rick needs to be competitive.
How does he become competitive?
I think that there's a lot of the same dynamics that were in place, in 1994 that are in place today. There's a lot of anger out there. There's a lot of discontentment. The Democratic Party is in control basically all across the board. And essentially, Andrew Cuomo's not the governor. He's not the incumbent. But he is an incumbent-like individual. He is the establishment. And I think running against the establishment, if you can turn that kind of energy against Andrew Cuomo, I think you could add energy to the team.
That's not exactly a fresh face.
He hasn't been around in a decade.
Let's go around. We only have about a minute left, so I want to get to the grades. We had you grade the Republican convention. Kellyanne, I'll begin with you.
A B, and a lot of that was because it was a true convention where it was exciting and it was nail-biting and the delegates had their say. It wasn't a coronation, it was a true convention. I have been very critical for years on New York One about the lack of competitiveness in the Republican cycles in New York, so if this is the year for people like primaries and competition to have rallied around, I liked it. It was a B.
Matthew.
Yeah, I gave it a D+. I think it may have been an A for excitement for people who were actually involved and there, but in terms of actually helping the Republican Party, I just felt it totally, it was a near failure, if not entirely one.
D for Democrat. Well done.
David.
D for done. Do not have a chance.
A, Lazio showed the fight that people wanted to see out of him. He basically bucked the establishment to become the party standard bearer, and it's something that people have wanted to see from this guy, whether or not he's got the fight to campaign. Underneath, with Danny and Harry, we have a very strong ticket, and I believe that Malpass will emerge on the Senate side. So I gave it an A. I think all of them are going to be very competitive.
Okay,
I gave it a C. Party united behind one candidate, but there's no momentum out of it, and the whole convention will be a blur for people, for the constituents out there.
Well, is anyone really paying attention, though, at this point? Isn't there some
made
time?
For great political blogging.
When do people really start paying attention to these races? We've been paying attention to them for months, but
I think earlier these days,
I think
there are too many issues.
I think because the budget this year, people are definitely paying more attention, because when you look at the impact on Albany, they're going to be looking to the candidates about how they would support any changes or any drastic measures that may be taken.
Okay, George, you get the final word. We're out of time. Thank you for coming in tonight.
Thank you.